Hi and welcome to our little Mum Boss Reset. This is day 2 and today we're talking about habits. So I want to start by telling you that you are the average of your current habits. Now that doesn't mean you're average. You're listening to my podcast, firstly, which means you are much more than average. What it means is that the habits you undertake and take consistently are the ones that shape your life to be as it currently is. Now, my approach to fat loss, getting fitter, healthier and stronger, is to help you to build healthy habits that fit in with your lifestyle so that you can maintain them and achieve your goals. Now, it's really important to say maintain them because this isn't a fad diet. This isn't a quick fix. The habits that I'm going to talk about as we work together are the habits you need to maintain and live a healthy life anyway. But depending on what your goals and starting point is, we might tweak them. But the habits you need for that healthy life remain the same no matter what your goals are. So the habits I talk about most are moving your body, because exercise has so many benefits to your long-term health. We could be here for hours talking about the benefits. You should eat at least 5 portions of fruit and veg a day because they contain the vitamins and minerals you need for great health. You should eat protein with every meal because it is there to keep you strong, to keep you healthy, to help your cells regenerate, and also to keep you satisfied and satiated. Don't cut things out, but eat less nutritious food in moderation. Get between 7 and 9 hours sleep per night. Manage your stress, and if you're trying to lose body fat, eat in a calorie deficit. The other habits you adopt will probably be the habits that allow you to achieve the things I've just listed out. Okay, so I'll give you some examples. My evening routine includes reading and meditation because I find that when I read before bed and I meditate before bed, it allows me to get 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. When I don't do those things, I don't sleep as well. Walking my dog allows me to move my body and manage my stress. Planning my food every week means I get in my fruit, veg and protein. So can you see how those other habits I've added in allow me to maintain the healthy habits that I need for good health? And also, if I was in a calorie deficit, so when I'm in a fat loss phase, which I do occasionally go into, making sure that I'm getting 7 to 9 hours sleep means I'm going to have less cravings and hunger the next day. Walking my dog increases my energy expenditure. Planning my food means that I can stick to my calorie target. Okay, so you can see how all these things are all interconnected. Now, the habits or your habits need to help you to meet the goals that you set out yesterday. And if you haven't done that, go back, click on the link to the worksheet and fill that in and make sure you set your goals. Because if you haven't set your goals, how do you know what your habits need to be? But the other important thing about these habits is they need to fit into your lifestyle. For example, if you have 3 children under 5, well done, and you work full time, you might not be able to get to the gym 3 times a week, but maybe you could manage 2 times. So my point here is to identify the habits you need to implement without adding too many of them so that they become overwhelming. And they're going to be the things that help you to achieve your goal. And these need to be habits that serve you. Okay, now remember, there's a worksheet that goes with this podcast and you'll find a link to that either below the video or in the show notes. So make sure that you fill this in. And that is going to help you to identify 1 or 2 habits you want to include into your daily routine, and also get you to identify why they are going to be good for you and help you achieve your goals. And remember, from our goal setting, the why is almost more important than the what, because if you don't understand the why, you're going to be less motivated to carry them through. Now, a great way of including these habits is to stack or attach them to another habit you already do. For example, I walk my dog every morning after I've had my coffee, I've planned my day and written in my journal, and then I just get up and walk the dog. Now, the second part of this piece around habits is to identify the habits that don't serve you and that you want to stop doing. So as an example, staying up until midnight watching Netflix, snacking on the sofa after dinner, scrolling your phone in bed first thing in the morning, and snoozing your alarm for 45 minutes. They're just 4 examples. There could be loads of different habits that you want to use. Now, I want you to identify 1 or 2 habits that you want to stop, and also identify why they no longer serve you and your goals. And a great way of breaking some of these habits is to replace them with something else. So, for example, I won't scroll my phone as soon as I wake up, but instead I'll make a coffee or plan my day. And maybe that will lead on to I'll make a coffee and then plan my day. Or another way of approaching this is by reducing them bit by bit. So, for example, I won't snooze for 45 minutes, but I'll snooze for 40. And this also works in reverse. So if I explain again, so we could reduce the snoozing by 5 minutes and just snooze for 40 minutes. And then you could maybe do that for 5 days or a week and then reduce it to 35. But you can flip this and use the same approach for building a habit. So let's say you want to get up a bit earlier. You know, your aim is to not get up at 7:30, but eventually to get up at 7. So maybe you just start by setting your alarm at 7:35, at 7:25, God. And you do that for a few days, and then you make it 7:20. Okay. Now, don't forget to use the worksheet. Identify the 1 or 2 habits you want to include, 1 or 2 habits you want to stop, and why they are important to you, for you to commit to those. And I will see you back here for day 3 when we're going to talk about your environment. Bye.